Hi, I'm Lee. I work on the PR team here at Search Intelligence Limited, and recently you might have seen that I've created a Monopoly campaign which went viral across the UK in all regional outlets and even got a placement on page 24 of the Daily Mirror. I came up with this idea because I realised that kind of board games in terms of PR hadn't really been covered all too much. There have been a few Monopoly based ideas but nothing on this level, so I thought what I'd do was I'd take the Monopoly board. It's quite outdated nowadays. It's not 10 Monopoly dollars for a property in London anymore, so what I thought I'd update it with modern house prices and see how the order of the board would change. So I thought this would be a good fit for a gaming client due to the topic of it. Board games does relate a good amount. So I thought what I'd do for this was I would take all the properties on the Monopoly board. So for example, Whitehall, Strand, Oxford Street, to name a few, and I'd run the addresses through a website called housemetric.co.uk and see the average sale price for the properties in the area since 2015. I'd make sure these were all residential just to keep it fair. So once this data had been collected, we had an infographic made with all the data on to kind of give an interesting outlook and an easier way of understanding the data. So what I did, I compared this to the original order and then distributed this to a lot of different outlets, a lot of board game outlets, regional outlets, to see if anyone found it interesting. And I got pickup in a lot of Reach PLC publications, the main ones Wales Online, Bristol Post, Daily Post, to name a few. And I also got a placement yesterday in the Daily Mirror on page 24. So if you saw that, that was my piece. I sent it out to regional publications, London-based journalists and more, just to get the most interest out of it. I sent it out daily for a couple of weeks. I thought the idea was really good and I wanted to see where it could go, and eventually you got some great pickup. As a tip for anyone in PR, don't be afraid of resending campaigns. This is a campaign that I resent a lot, and eventually it got a lot of pickup in, like I said, regional publications, and that was only about after a week or two of me sending out, so it does take time sometimes, but once it hits, it really hits. So after doing all the resends, this campaign ended up getting over 35 links, which I was immensely proud of, and of course the print publication and the Daily Mirror, which I was also very proud of. Something I'd never had before. I'd never had a print publication and a newspaper that big, so the client was also very happy with that. Some of the biggest online publications, I got the Times, In Your Area, MSN, Wales Online, to just name a few. But yeah, all the Reach PLC publications looking at this. So we got Plymouth Herald, Belfast Live, Gazette Live, Cornwall Live, all of them really. Really liked the story, picked it up, and it was getting reposted for a couple of days. I was finding links for a long time, so it was great to see that. Thank you for watching my case study in this campaign. I hope you found it very insightful, and I'm hoping to see where this campaign can go further.